here today to talk about B12. The B12 drama is everywhere, and yes, every vegan and meat eater should be taking a B12 supplement. What? Even meat eaters? I think you have it wrong there, Miss Nutritionist. Nope, certainly do not. Mind blown? I know. Most people not on a B12 supplement have low B12 levels. Yes, the B12 drama is everywhere with vegans and meat eaters and conflicting reports. B12 is originally found in our soil or unsanitized water. Due to all the pesticides and all the crap we put in our produce and water nowadays, we have to be extra clean, and so B12 isn't found in the high amounts that it used to be. So it's not enough to sustain our B12 level. So the B12 bacteria is just killed in general because we have to be overly clean with our produce. Our water goes through water treatment plants nowadays. While meat eaters were originally consuming B12 was because the animal that's killed has eaten the B12 from the soil. So meat eaters were getting B12 from the animal. Well, why now do meat eaters have to be on a B12 supplement, you may ask? Well, the meat industry caught on to the depletion of B12 within animal products. So they started covering their butts by giving animals B12 feed, like they give it to cows, pigs, chickens. It's all laced with B12 in their feed. The argument is that the animals are still getting it from the soil, but the soil is so depleted nowadays that even the meat industry knows to give a B12 supplement to an animal. Animals are on B12 supplements, like animal feed with B12, added B12, or farmers give a B12 injection to their animals also. But not every industry can afford this, so not every meat product you get now has that added B12. So that's why meat eaters should be on a B12 supplement also. That like pre-packaged dead animal may not have that added extra B12. So meat eaters have the argument that vegans and vegetarians aren't getting enough B12 intake. And the only way is to eat a natural source, as the animal agriculture like to pick apart every nutrient that they feel isn't found in a plant source. Animals getting a B12 shot isn't exactly natural, so they're kind of scraping the barrel there. My question is, why eat meat for a B12 intake? If that's going to be your argument, why eat meat for a B12 intake? If that's the only argument you've got, eating to consume animals, so this is what you're doing. Cow being supplemented with B12, killing the cow to consume with that natural B12, and then consuming the cow for B12. Instead, why don't we have a B12 supplement, consume a B12 supplement? You're set with B12. Cut out the whole step of killing the animal. Cut out one whole step. That's a 3-step process. Mine is a 2-step process. You're just cutting out the middleman. No killing would have to be done, and you would actually absorb the B12 better because you're not getting it from another substance. You're actually getting it straight into your bloodstream. The animal may not have had a B12 supplement. Getting it from a B12 vitamin means you would get a larger amount of that supplement and actually have more likelihood of it absorbing into your bloodstream. Before I went vegan, no one ever mentioned or gave a hoot about B12. If anything, becoming vegan, I became more aware of my B12 levels and therefore became healthier for it because I started taking a supplement and focused more on getting all of my nutrients. If you're a vegan, vegetarian, meat eater, and you're feeling tired and fatigued, you may want to get your B12 levels checked with a blood test ASAP. So how can we get B12? You can take a methyl B12 tablet, not the cinnabilin one or whatever. Take 1 tablet a day. You want the methyl one because it absorbs into your bloodstream better. Or you can take a sublingual methyl B12. If you can't swallow tablets, you just spray it under your tongue and it absorbs into your bloodstream. It's like flavored, it's like fruit, it's nice or whatever. We can eat foods added with B12. Most vegan milks, butters, mock meats, they're all fortified with B12 now. You can get nutritional yeast, Vegemite, Marmite, sure they all have natural forms of B12. Or you can get a B12 injection every month, but it depends on the person you are. That could go for longer. You may not have to have it every month. I know a few people have some symptoms after that, so I've never had symptoms with a tablet, so I kind of stick with that. You could eat organic produce with the skin on, and organic produce is shown to have higher amounts of B12 due to the soil having no pesticides and the produce hasn't been messed with as much. Plant sources of B12, organic potatoes, nutritional yeast, fortified foods, tempeh, mushrooms, seaweed. I have a couple B12 supplements linked below, one if you can't swallow tablets and one that is like my favorite because I actually got blood tested afterwards and I had really good amounts of B12 in my blood. If you need any more information on B12, shoot me a message, and peace, love and light, kind nutritionist.